are. Michael, welcome, Playmaker.
Yes.
You just listen to Jerry. You know him well. Is he putting too much pressure on Mike McCarthy?
First of all, there's no such thing as too much pressure. I'll start this by saying this. I've never, ever worried about that old America's team moniker, but now I am. When we start talking about the lack of people that showed up at training camp, and Jerry, we talk about it all the time on this desk, how much Jerry always wants to promote. That means you want to be in front of people. And if no one's showing up, that means there's a lack of belief in Cowboys Nation. You better believe there is not too much pressure that you can put on Mike McCarthy. Absolutely, the pressure has to be there. And I know that we come out talking Super Bowl or bust. I'm with Paul, that Paul said the other day, and I'm with him. It'll be NFC Championship game or bust. At least he has to get there. He has to get to an NFC Championship game because all of this season is only about what are you doing in the playoffs. No one, you just got, no matter how good he does in the regular season, no one cares. You got to get to the playoff and let's see what you do there. That's the bottom line, and no, it's not too much pressure.
So to be clear, you think that there is a chance that the America's team moniker is in danger because of how they performed in the postseason?
You're putting spots on it right now. You couldn't touch that shine. You couldn't touch it. But now with this kind of futility in the playoffs, that's why people are stop showing up. We could go anywhere, and people were everywhere. And now you know where they are, and no one's there. Yes, I'm not saying it's happening. The people are saying it's happening when they don't show up. And that's why Jerry, believe me, he feels that, and he's telling him, you got to get me back to where we belong, or I got to get someone in here that can get us there. That's how I extrapolated from his conversation.
Do you think a team like the Chiefs that's constantly going to the Super Bowl, that's on the verge or going on a three-peat quest right now, has a possibility of doing that?
People will always try to take it. I mean, the Patriots tried to take it, you know, and the Patriots had some fitting side places, you know, red, white, and blue, called the Patriots, and they still couldn't snatch America's team from the Dallas Cowboys. The Chiefs are making a case. But if the Cowboys continue to do this, then it's not the Chiefs, well, the Chiefs are taking it, but you're capitulating it also. So that's why Jerry's putting the pressure on. Jerry wants that light back. And the Chiefs do have a great position right now. That's all everybody's talking about. And then you put Taylor Swift on top of that and the Kelsey brothers and how big they are. Absolutely, they're making a case.
What do you think, Key?
All right, no pressure on Mike McCarthy. I mean, there is, but how hot? You said it before the season. How hot is the seat right now?
Well, I told you the regular season is just a simmer.
It's a simmer all year.
But boy, that playoffs, boy, you sitting right next to Lucifer. What are you talking about? You right down there, sitting right next to Lucifer, right as hard as hell. You right here. Oh, you right. You right. You just right there. And you, I naturally slid towards Key when I said right next to Lucifer. He comes up with all that stuff out there about them old Dallas Cowboys. Get on out of here with that. But I'm telling you, but it is pressure. It is pressure. There's no doubt.
But the seat is at a simmer still.
Right, in the regular season.
All right.
In the regular season.
Because their goals are for the
now this game here, and you start 1-2, and we'll talk about that later too. That stuff start cranking up.
What you just said? They're gonna go 1-2?
I said if you start 1-2, it starts simmering up a little bit.
You said
a little bit more.
What do you think about what Michael said about it possibly slipping, the America's team possibly slipping away?
Moniker.
The moniker away from the Cowboys.
Michael is deeply rooted in that.
Bet it.
And all the way down to the core.
Right.
He has a point, but I don't think it's gotten to that point yet. Even though there was a lack of attendance at training camp this year, I don't know why. I was trying to ask Michael multiple times, is it because they was in T-shirts and shorts or something, people just were working, or is it a different year where they were off on vacation? I was just trying to figure it out.
But all of that never mattered before.
I understand that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I
get it. I get it, but I don't think it's gotten to the point where people are, because they just won against Cleveland. and they was going nuts that they was on their way to the Super Bowl when they beat Cleveland. See, Keyshawn, you don't know what you're talking about. All that, everybody was going crazy. That joker to my left, going crazy, all of them. They had won the Super Bowl. And now, all of a sudden, they lose, and it's dire now. Answer your question about the pressure. The pressure was applied when they brought him back. When they brought him back after last year's loss to the Green Bay Packers.
Without a contract.
Without a contract extension, it was over. At that point, you only have one shot and opportunity.
Yeah.
And that shot and opportunity for me is to get to the Super Bowl. Michael thinks it's the NFC Championship along with Paul. I think he has to get to the Super Bowl. Because if he gets to the NFC Championship game and they lose, what does that do? Because we hadn't been there in 30 years, so everybody feels good. You're going to run it. Now you're getting ready to give him a 5-year extension? What are you going to do?
No, it's how you play in it.
Yeah, I think it's how they play. But in the Super Bowl era since 1966, no coach has ever been fired in the offseason after appearing in the AFC or NFC Championship game or Super Bowl. So it would be an extreme first for Mike McCarthy to be fired after just making the NFC Championship game.
I had it flaming hot. He can't sit down.
Yeah, you have him standing.
Can't sit down right now?
Standing all season. His lower back is going to be hurting because
he cannot sit down.
Because
his back hurt.
This to y'all.
He's saying his seat is so hot he can't sit.
Right.
Okay.
That would be what he preaches and pushes also. Now, when I did the video 2 weeks ago for the pump-up video for the stadium, that I have to use words that he uses all the time around the team.
As in who?
Coach McCarthy.
Okay.
And he's talking about they talk about the deep foundation, that this is not this year. We've been building this for years. So if he gets to that NFC Championship game, I can see him selling, Jerry, this is what we've been doing. We've been building that deep foundation, solid foundation, and we've grown it now to the championship game. You can't take me off the task now. Let me make that last step. So that's why I say, I think he would get a chance.
He get a chance to finish the deal.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. But according to Key, when you look at the schedule, by the bye week, if they're at 2-4, how hot is the seat then? Does he even make it? Like, we're talking about it's playoffs and all of this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And let alone the NFC Championship game. But the seat can get hot way before we even get that far. Do you think something like that could happen in the middle of the season?
I don't.
To me, that's pressure. To me, that's a lot of pressure.
Very rarely do you get a guy making a change at midseason and
he's only did it once.
Get in the playoffs.
He only did it once. Wade Phillips.
Right. For Jason.
Yeah.
For Coach.
How did that work out?
But rarely do you do that and make it to the playoffs. I know we did it a couple years ago with the Raiders. But Jerry knows of those stats.
I have a hard time seeing them being 2-4. Let's revisit this when they get that bad. Yeah. But I don't think that Mike McCarthy is going anywhere midseason. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I think Mike McCarthy is a great coach. I think what he's done with Dallas is incredibly impressive. I don't like firing coaches time in and time out. It's the same kind of conversation with Dak and with McCarthy in a lot of ways, because the 30 years of them not making it to the NFC Championship game is not on Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott has played for 8 years. Yeah, and if we take his rookie season out, which we would only be reasonable to do, then it was 7 years that they haven't been to an NFC Championship game. Mike McCarthy has not been there for 30 years. So there's it's this looming cloud of this weight of 30 years that's on a team that is not responsible for 30 years of the failure. So Jerry feels that because Jerry has been there.
But they are.
I hear you, but when you're talking about the pressure, it's coming from Jerry.
For the whole 30, but the last 8 is squarely sitting on their
I feel you. I feel you.
I didn't ask
but the last 8 isn't even on McCarthy.
Give me something in your last 8. I would take that.
But the 8 isn't on McCarthy either. Mark McCarthy wasn't there for all 8 years.
Whatever it is, you had some time to get there. I understand what you're saying, but he's had some time to get there, and it's time for him to get there.
Yeah, 4 years is a perfectly reasonable amount of time. That's what I'm saying. When we talk about the Cowboys, it's always bigger than what's actually happening.
But the difference is, you took a pretty good team.
He took a pretty good team. Not only that, it's the side of the helmet. the side of the helmet
Right,
adds
but this is
pressure.
the problem with the Cowboys. We're not having a real
But it's
conversation.
not.
The Mike McCarthy
You know who else
is
is
a
that way?
Super Bowl winning head coach. They have won
I know,
12
I know,
games,
I know.
3 years in a row. They have won the division. They have home field. He made Dak Prescott an All-Pro and an MVP finalist.
You're good, Joy.
Yeah, she's really
wait.
good.
No, she's good. She's good.
better than you.
She's acting like she's not reading off that prompter all the time. Mike McCarthy going this year. Mike McCarthy. You acting like you surprised when all the time that's what you read on that prompter. That's the question you're asking all the time.
It's right here. All I'm saying is, and I'm not Mike McCarthy's representation. I'm just saying, I don't like applying 30 years or 8 years to someone who has been there for
a week.
4 years and has done an excellent job by anyone else's standards.
But not by the Dallas Cowboys standards, even though they hadn't been there in 30 years.
But
you know
so then
who else is?
okay, but then who are they to say that's their standards? How can that be your standard if you're never there?
That's their standard.
That part.
The standards
matter.
whoa. The standards have been set by men that are great, that have come before you. They made it what it is. It's your job while you got the ball to keep it and what it's supposed to be. So they put a championship on the table. You put your damn championships on the table too. What are we talking about? When I got to Miami, there was a championship on the table. I put it on the table. When I got to Dallas, there were championships on the table. I put it on the table. Their responsibility is to put it on the table. Somebody else made it great before they got there. You got something great, do your greatness or get your butt out.
I'm not saying they should lower the standards. I'm just saying
what it is.
that it's
Joy,
yes,
this
Keith.
does not just apply to the Dallas Cowboys.
Who else does it apply to?
The New York Yankees,
Right.
Okay.
the Los Angeles Lakers,
Okay.
the
It's how we
Boston
think.
Celtics.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
It's how we
applies
think.
to those.
Dallas is not in that category, though.
Now I'm gonna let Michael go on and get you on that.
They're not in that
What do
category.
you mean?
They're not in the category of tradition. They're not in the category with the Yankees, Lakers, Celtics. That's a whole other category.
Waste these good people time.
That's another good
in
thing.
their eye game.
I didn't say that.
Let
I didn't say
Paul
that.
Cook a
No,
little bit.
they're not in that
Wait till that
category.
Cook a little bit over by himself.
All them teams we said that won a championship within the last 10 years. You know what I'm
You
saying?
see? Now,
All them teams we talking
see
about.
why it's on them.
Michael.
'Cause I got to deal with that right there. Now, you see what he said. You see what he said
I hear
right
you.
there.
Their
That's why
tradition
it
is
on
almost
them.
getting to be
That's what
forgotten
he said.
about.
Hey,
But
that's what I'm talking about.
this is what Smoking is
and for
concerned
boy,
about.
all my hard work. That's what he's doing.
No, we
That's
ain't
what
saying,
they doing.
No, your hard
wanna
work.
hear that.
No. You created that.
Yes.
Mike, you created it.
This is your fault.
But since nobody's done it since your time, where'd it go? Where's the tradition? You're the tradition.
Right.
Just you.
Right.
You, Emmett, and Aikman, y'all are the tradition.
Right, and we need them to step up.
So for that to move forward, so all they have is a brand. The brand is amazing. Y'all took the brand to the next level. But as far as
can't
historic
even
tradition,
argue
it was just
with
one
the
great run.
theory and the thought and process in which where you're going with it. And I guess that's how we started this whole thing. Saying it's starting to dissipate somewhat. So I understand what you're saying.
I don't think it is,
but,
Michael.
But it ain't got there
It's
yet.
the
Paul.
brand.
Back on
The
up.
brand never going nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere.
But in order to get to that next level, is this like the tradition just haven't continued? You know, so is this like,
Right.
is this
And
is this
I
on the
get it.
same, does it have the same mystique? It has the same branding, but does it have the same mystique as a franchise of a Lakers, a Yankees, Celtics? You know what I'm saying?
I believe it.
And
You
how
know what
does
I'm
that
saying?
affect- How does that affect when you move forward? Let me tell you.
Like how many legendary players have walked through that door since you left?
Right. When I get
Legendary.
and I run up on them all the time. I run into
Think about that.
30-year-old people, fans of Cowboys saying, "Man, what was it like? Like how do you continue to solidify a strong fan base if they don't see or feel what it's like?"
But
to have
that's what I'm saying.
championships?
That's what I'm
And
saying.
that's what Paul's talking about.
Yeah, it's
generation.
built on mystique. Because there are whole
no
adults
doubt.
with mortgages and children and wives that have never seen the Cowboys truly be great.
Well,
so
yeah,
it's
exactly.
stories.
Like you don't understand
But who
why
are the
I'm
great
putting
players,
that pressure
historic
on
players for
you.
Dallas?
I'm okay with that. I guess
why I
that's what
said
you're
think
saying, like the
about
30 years.
Like
of
when you
why
look at the
that's special.
franchises,
trying to come up with
no.
stuff.
Think about this.
But the last
Think about
championship
this.
other than this year was in 08 for them. So
No,
don't
but
let
we've
them do
had
that.
no, Mike.
Yeah, but
since
boy,
you, Mike,
he's
since you
in the
left,
house now. He's scooting
since
over there
you
talking
left,
about,
Mike,
it's been a
how
while,
many-
but we got one
we
now.
got one down, baby. We got one down.
I want to dance like
We
that.
got one down. No, but seriously, since you left Cowboys, how many Hall of Famers have walked through that door in Dallas?
2.
2. Who you said? Michael Parsons be one.
No, 2. It's been our boy,
And DeMarcus
our
Ware.
boy who passed away,
Yep.
Larry
And
Allen,
Larry Allen.
Yep.
and DeMarcus.
Yeah, but
Parsons still playing. I mean, he got a ways to
So,
go.
like, when
You
you
talking
have
about
the
who's
players that
already
constantly
in.
flow through there,
You're right.
that
Oh, you talking
keeps
about
the
didn't make it for that, yeah.
mystique.
It was just those 2.
Yeah.
They drafted well. They've signed great players. They drafted
Two
well. They've
bad
done a
boys,
tremendous
though.
job.
2 bad boys.
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
2
of
bad
course.
boys.
A legendary organization. I'm just saying, I don't think it's
Great
all
brand.
I don't
They got
think
to
it's all
put. They
Mike
have to
Great
put
brand.
the
No, it's
championship
not all Mike
on the
McCarthy.
table.
But at the end, though, Joy,
I
you
know
gonna
it's
get
not
it.
fair. I get it.
You gonna get it.
I get
Paul,
it. But
Jaylen Brown, boy, how happy are those dudes that they got that championship on the table and got that monkey off their back? They are happy.
Yeah.
They walk around Boston with a different way now.
They
need my
carrying
boys.
on the tradition.
Right.
Yeah.
They add
But
we
it
ain't-
wasn't as big as the
Where's the
Cowboys.
tradition?
It wasn't a 30-year-old one.
That's what I'm saying.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.